Hello everyone, I'm back again. It's Justina, Savvy92. Just here about 1 week after the funeral. It's Easter Sunday, so Jesus is risen. This is the day to celebrate him and his life, his death and resurrection. Our opportunity and chance to get a second life, physically and spiritually, because physically we're born, but we have to be born again. So I'm swinging in my swing, so it feels like I'm moving. Like you're in your car and like everyone's moving and you're like, should I like let my foot like take my foot off the gas and put on the brake? You never know what to do because the cars around you are moving, but there's traffic. But anyway, that was just a little snippet. So it's a rainy Sunday. I love the rain. I feel like the rain washes away sorrow and pain. It's like the sky needs to cry too. So I've always loved the rain, especially as I got older. I love sunny days too. Yesterday was a sunny day. It was beautiful. And you could definitely get a tan. I got a tan below 1 or 2 days out, not being outside, and I'm back to being white again. But no, I just wanted to share that it's been a week since the funeral, and I promised to visit the two daughters, my childhood friend's mom's death. And I plan to keep that promise, because I feel like so many people make promises and they don't keep them. So I think it's too soon, but I think whenever they need a shoulder to lean on, they could just talk to me and I'll always be there for them, whatever it is, whether they want to go to the park, they want to, be at their house, we can make coffee, we could talk. I think a lot of people don't spend too much time with the ones that they love and the ones that were once important to them. As you get older, you're kind of like, oh, well, we're on different paths. And I understand that, I understand that you have different things going on in your life and you like certain different things and movies, and we're not like we were kids, right? Where we would just play. But I don't know what shifts in our lives, because like when we're kids, we still like different things. Like, for example, you can like that ride, I'll like this ride. I like this color, you like that color. I watch these movies, you watch those. So I guess as you get older, you kind of get shyer. Like, oh, I'm old now, I'm not gonna go to my childhood friend's house again. As you get older, also you drift and you change, your personality changes. So I get to really see what kind of person you are inside and out. And sometimes God keeps people away from your life because he's like, don't go back there. I took you out of that life. I took these people out of your life for a reason. I see what you don't see. I know what you don't know. So, you really have to listen. But I made a promise, and so I am going to see them one time. And I'm kind of going to see them a little bit later, like maybe 2 or 3 times. And then if they don't contact me after that, that's on them, not on me. I kind of have to shift the blame because honestly, I feel like I care about someone, like you care about someone, right? But you also have to at that same time forgive, forget, and move on, because certain things that, like, I hear certain things being said and done, and I'm like, how can you be friends with someone who talks about you behind your back, right, but can't talk to you in front of your face? But then at the same time, it's like, are you hallucinating? Are you delusional? Did you really hear it? And then after a while, you just kind of forgive and you're still friends with that person. But I feel like if I ever met a friend, that's why it's very hard for me to friend that's a girl, because I have my boyfriend, right? He's a guy version of me, kind of, in a way, because I'm an empath and he's kind of, I don't know, not really. Like, he doesn't, it's not that he doesn't care about other people, it's just that he just focuses more on himself. So you kind of have to be that way. I think you have to love yourself before you can love anyone else. Love God first, you second, and then others second. And then others come after, which is third. So he's that kind of guy. God gave me him for a reason, and God gave me him for a reason. So, for example, I guess we both have to work on each other. But I'm drifting off topic. No, but I can forgive and continue being friends with someone, but you really have to kind of like come up to me and apologize for that. But I'm not one to bring it up like, hey, I know you said this and this about me, because I think that's trivial and life is too short to be doing that. But life is too short to be friends with someone who's not gonna treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. So I've yet to be a friend that's a girl that's really, and I think, yeah, maybe a part of me is scared to put myself out there. If anyone has ever felt this way about anything that I've said, I know I drift back and forth, like I'm all over the place, but like if anyone has ever felt that way, comment, just say, oh, I know what you're going through. I know I've felt that way too, bounce off of each other. But yeah, no, I mostly talk about myself here because this is kind of like my little diary. I bought a diary, which is crazy. I went to Dollar Tree the day of or the day after. The funeral was, I think, Sunday, and the day, because it was a mass, and the day after, which was Monday, or even, I don't remember, but I think it was the day of, because this is important, because it was right after the funeral. And I went to Dollar Tree, and I was still sad, but I was like, okay, because you have these vibes, and people started just saying, excuse me, and I was like, they're being so kind. They're saying, excuse me. They're saying, oh, are you in line? And I'm like, what is this? I guess the vibes you give off, like if you're kind, people see that and they're kind to you. Whereas if you're like, I don't care, then people are like, they don't really care. But no, so I went through the aisle and I was like, so I saw makeup, and of course it's like, there used to be some makeup, but I guess girls used to steal it, so now it's locked up, they lock up things now. And I went down the aisle, and it's crazy, I went down all the aisles, then I went down this particular aisle with school supplies. I looked down at that notebook, because I was planning on getting a diary. God brought me to that place, and I got that diary, and guess what was on that diary? A cancer symbol, the pink cancer symbol, and I was like, no way. Because she died of pancreatic cancer, and I was like, I have to get this. This is a sign from God. And the other one that I saw, there were rarely any books. Like a couple of weeks ago, whatever, there were a lot of books. And then later on, there was just a little bit, because people, I guess, had bought it, and no new ones had come out. But now there's just like a little bit. But then I noticed this one book with flowers. I don't have it with me now. It's in my room. And it was basically about an oncology nurse who got breast cancer, and I was like, oh, I have to get this. And it's just amazing how God works. It really is. It's like, I have felt his presence, but these things that have been happening, it's like, I know that was you, God. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, this God who's so vast and immense and intense, he's so amazing, and he loves us so much, but we cannot grasp his plan for us. Like I said, there was a shirt where on the left side, on the back, it had a flower. That's your plan. And then on the right side, it had God's plan, and it was so many different flowers. And that's the truth, we plan our things in these little increments. Oh, I'm going to do this that way because, that's how I see it. But God doesn't see it that way. He sees the big picture. So let him lead and you follow, because honestly, if I had done my own way, it wouldn't have worked out. So I'm glad that I listened to God. I'm going God's way. That's the only way to go, So yeah, I'm gonna end it on the 8-minute mark now. It's kind of significant because I was on my 5-minute, my 10-minute, my 20, so now it's 8-minute. I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna enjoy this rainy weather, read my books, and because I bought new books at Target, so Target is a place to be. Goodbye.